Welcome, fellow adventurers, to the MGM Adventures podcast, hosted by Matt.
And Gina.
We are going to talk about which Disney Lightning Lane wins.
Please make sure to like, follow, and share us on any of our social channels.
We just went to California.
What?
And used the Lightning Lane at Disneyland. And that was, it's been a while since we've been to Disneyland. The last time they did not have this version of Lightning Lane. And we just used Lightning Lane in Florida.
We did.
Not too long ago.
When did we use it?
Was it last fall?
It was.
When we went down for that. So we use Lightning Lane most of the times we go, because when we go, we don't go that. I mean, we go every couple of months, but it's maybe once or twice.
We don't go often enough.
We don't go often enough. So for us, Lightning Lane makes the most sense to use. May or may not make the most sense. It is a paid service, of course. Sorry, it's not free.
What?
I know.
You paid for that?
Yeah.
Just kidding. I knew that.
Yeah. It was part of our ticket bundle, which was nice. So,
however,
there are
at
differences.
Walt Disney World,
there are differences. So I had to kind of relearn how to do Lightning Lane, to be honest, because it's different. I think it's the old style that Walt Disney World used to have, and Disneyland has it still. I understand why it has
Matt
the different
won't
style.
let me touch it.
We'll get there. She wasn't my friend and booked something for herself and not me.
Hey, you got on it.
We had to talk to a poor cast member to get it fixed. But anyway, okay. So, but these are both very different how they work. We'll start at Walt Disney World. That's probably where the majority of folks have been that listen to us, but we'll talk about the differences. So at Walt Disney World, you actually can book 3 attractions in advance of you getting there. So that does depend how many days before. It depends on if you just get a single day ticket versus a hotel stay versus, I don't know what else. There's like 4 tiers. I don't know. So I think it's normally 7 days now. It used to be 3. Is it 3? I think it's 3 days for single day people or people that's just bought solo tickets. And it's 7 for hotel guests. And there's some other tier that gets it before then. I don't know. So the nice part is you can book 3 rides. And so that day you can get 3 rides. And also if you have a vacation and you're there like 3 or 4 days, you can book the Lightning Lane for those other days that day, the day your first day is starting. So if your vacation at Disney World starts on Monday and you're there Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you can book all the Lightning Lanes for all those days after your first day kicks in, which is nice. And so the first day might be rough to get a ride, but then you can get other rides. So there you go.
Each ride is a tier. So I think it's like what? Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, Pirates.
I think it's one tier at Florida, and then there's another tier. So when you book them originally, all of the Walt Disney parks have tiers. This is not different than the extra ride tier, which is the newest rides, which is Rise of Resistance, Tron.
Those you have to pay extra
Avatar.
for. Correct?
Yes. And
Slinky
Guardians.
Dog?
And Guardians. Slinky Dog's a regular one, but it, I think...
fills fast.
It fills up fast, so it's hard to get. So if you do want to ride those 4 rides, you do have to pay extra on top this separate charge of the other Lightning Lanes. It gets kind of complicated. I'm not going to get into them.
So there's like 3 tiers and then that extra tier that you have to pay for.
Yeah. So if you want those and you want to cut the line, you have to pay for those. Again, it's
Tron, Guardians, Flight of Passage.
Thank you.
And the other Rises of Resistance.
Yes, thank you. I was like, what is the other one? I don't know.
I was like, it's right here.
I don't know why I missed that one. They normally also do that with new rides. So there are some new rides coming.
Big Thunder Mountain might be on there.
I don't know. I think it was just back in the regular tiers. It's in tier 1 of the other one. But anyway, so you can book them as advance. It works pretty simply. So you have 3 when you get there. Simple. So you have 3. Simply. You have 3. Once you use one, once you scan into the ride, you can quickly book another one.
For that same tier?
For that. No, it's free for all.
Oh, free for all?
During the day, it's free for all at that point. So you can book whatever you want.
I don't ever book things.
So that's nice. But what ends up happening, and I'll talk about this, is you scan in and almost immediately you're on your phone trying to go get something else because you want something else, right? That's something that I do notice I do at Walt Disney World. It does also at Walt Disney World include your ride photos.
Woohoo! do.
So that's nice. So
Yeah.
they have a lot of rides that have photos on them, so it's actually kind of a good deal, to be honest. I don't know. And then you go to Disneyland and you're like, "What is this, man?" Um,
What is this? I didn't do any of it, so I have no idea.
so
Except for the one mess up I did do.
it is very confusing. So we, of course, we bought the tickets with the Lightning Lane, and it doesn't show any. It kind of says you have Lightning Lane, but it's like you can't do anything until you scan into a park. Lightning Lane is unavailable for you.
Sorry.
So once you scan in the park, you can book one attraction, which sounds terrible. One. What you learn is that you want to pick a popular ride on purpose.
That is very far out.
That is as far out as you can get it. And normally, what I did, and if you do that well, you can do what's called stacking. And so you can actually end up with a ton of rides. I think the most you can get, which is the most I got a couple times, was 4.
And that's because we paid for one.
No, that was not because we paid for one. I had 4.
Well, I did pay for one.
We did pay for Radiator Springs, which is one of those special tiers. So how do you stack? That's a question. I kind of got a little lucky. The first day was not very good at it. The second day, I was an expert. And probably the third day I would have been, but we kind of were also like, we're taking it a little bit easier. We wanted to do some different things. So I stacked, but not as well. How do you stack? You pick a popular attraction first. So Indiana Jones at Disneyland or Guardians of the Galaxy at DCA. Mission Breakout seems to be the easiest ones to start to stack with. So what would happen is we would get there a little after 8 into the park. I would get a lightning lane at one of those attractions, and those attractions would be available at 11:50, 11:30, something like that, right? Well, Disneyland has this wonderful thing called the 2-hour rule. So what happens is once you book a lightning lane, then you have a 2-hour clock. You can't do anything for 2 hours. But after that 2 hours is up, so let's say we got there at 8:30 and I booked it. So at 10:30, I could then book another ride. So you do that enough and you get lucky enough with some of the times, you stack things. So once you do one, it stacks it. Now, what does happen if I did get one then in the future? So you have to understand, one, what rides do you really care about and we really don't want to wait in line for? It's the ones that are slower capacity for sure, or the more popular ones. Indiana Jones and Guardians are good, stable ones to start with for sure, because normally they're going to go there. Those lightning lanes are going to fill up real quick. You can also do the other way, but then you have to do it a little bit more like the Disney World way, and you potentially have a problem with some of the bigger rides. You could do it this way, where you go into the park and immediately book something, and then book something like an Indiana Jones or one of those other ones that fill up a lot out further, and then you could start stacking and you could have counted one. I think we did a really good job of getting what we got with it. So at one point I had 4 stacked. I don't remember what they were. Guardians was one, Smuggler's Run was one. I don't even remember. Some of the rides, the lightning lane does not fill up very much, so you'll refresh it and it'll be like 5 minutes from now. Like, okay. So you have to know what those are versus that. But you are able to stack. It's a 2-hour rule, so that's nice. Also, weird thing happened to us. You can also, if you have a ride booked and that ride breaks down in your window, you'll get this multi-experience pass, which weirdest thing happened. We booked Monsters Inc. That was a Target ride we definitely wanted to ride because
it is closing.
It's closing at the end of the year. And so we're like, we're not going to be back before this closes, unfortunately.
We may.
I
You
doubt
never
it.
know.
I doubt it. So we go and it says it broke. We're like, okay, we'll give it a minute. So it gave us this multi-experience pass, which would have worked on the same tier of ride.
That's where the tiers come in.
There is like, it would have worked on Little Mermaid, but it would not have worked on Guardians, for example. So boo. But we're like, we'll just use it here because we really want to ride this. And it reopened like a minute after we got that. So I was like, okay, well, we're here. I don't want to wait in the line. So anyway, there you go.
We were riding it.
We were riding it. So you can stack them, just as a heads up. Again, kind of wait a little bit. You can pick the closest ride. It just won't stack them. I was going with further out. So, and the thing with Disneyland, which works really well, is they have a lot of rides that are not lightning lane rides. And so you can balance that out, especially at Disneyland. Like Fantasyland has no lightning lanes. So you can wait like 30 minutes or whatever, and all of a sudden you're at 2 hours, right? You're booking something else.
Yeah. You got what? Pinocchio, Snow White, Peter Pan,
Toad,
Toad,
Alice in Wonderland, the
and the
teacup,
carousel.
the teacups. You got the Casey Jr. ride. You got the boat, which I can't remember. All of that is not on
The
Lightning Lane.
storybook boat
Yeah. So anyway,
that we didn't get to do.
yeah. But Lightning Lane did save us a ton of time. I'll say that for sure. We actually did end up waiting in Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway because the line was like 30 minutes. So we did.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was like, we're doing this. This will save us a Lightning Lane. And I had something. I think I had Guardians booked out at like 4 o'clock or something. This was in the morning. So anyway,
this pass includes photos.
Yeah, it does.
On ride and through the park.
Yeah. And any photo pass that you do. So it doesn't have as many on rides. And also you have to do, it is a little complicated.
No Haunted Mansion picture.
We kind of messed this up and didn't know it, but I thought it was like Disney World where the photos automatically go to your account. They don't. You got to scan them in.
Guess who didn't get the Radiator Springs photo?
Oops. It's fine.
And we didn't get to ride it again.
We didn't. So it happened.
Someone's bitter.
Oops. We didn't know. We screwed it up. I screwed it up. I'll say that. But it also does give you your photo pass people. So if you find a photo pass person, it works. So which one's better? I don't know. I will say at Disneyland, I mentioned this, I was not on my phone as much, for sure. My phone battery was still very charged. I didn't have to use a battery pack, which was weird because at Walt Disney World, I always have to use a battery pack. So that's one observation for sure. I don't know. It does allow your day to be a little bit more free-flowy. I think it does work better at Disneyland, have this other system, and at Magic and at Disney World with so many rides, you want the other system, and you want...
I think they balance each other out.
I think so.
It works for the park that they're at.
Yeah. I think I would keep them the same, to be honest. I don't think I'd change them. They work out. I think the one at Disneyland used to be at Disney World. I don't think it worked out well because it just does, they don't have enough balance there.
Well, they don't have enough rides that are not Lightning Lane.
Also, here's another big difference that I'll say. And this is a big difference if you go to Disneyland versus Disney World. You have to look at the culture of the people going to these parks. Disney World is definitely a destination vacation, for sure. There are people from all over the world going to Walt Disney World to go to Walt Disney World, right? There are people going to Disneyland, but Disneyland is a local park. It is weird to say that because it's Disney, but it's a very local driven park. They even have a different pass system than at Walt Disney World because it's so local driven. They have keys, which is, I don't understand them all, but it's very weird. I'll say that. It's kind of like us going to Kings Island all the time. It's like, that's how people treat Disneyland.
I would go all the time.
I mean, it's nice.
I would go to Disney World all the time too.
Yeah. But like it's more like everyone that goes to the same park, like a large group go to the same park all the time. And you still have to make reservations at Disneyland, which give or take, I don't know if that really is helpful because it was packed every day. So they're definitely not limiting the attendance. They're just tracking how many people are going to be there.
To know what to staff. I've tried to tell you this.
If you're going to just let everyone in, just staff everything and move on.
Yeah, but if they don't have a reservation system and they can't see, they're going to be like, oh, you can go home now.
I guess. I don't know. Disney World is just staffed, so I don't understand. There's a big split between both set parks. It's so weird being in one and then going to the other set. It's just they work differently. I don't know how else to say.
It's a different environment.
And I get
it. Feels more laid back at Disneyland.
Which is can be frustrating. It was a little frustrating at times because, and this might just be a California thing, but like people would just bring up their ticket like at the gate, like when you got to the gate instead of being prepared to go scan it at the gate. I'll say that was just a vibe.
I'm like, what are we doing here?
Like, why aren't we ready to go into Disneyland? Like, I don't understand. Like, we're at Disneyland. Why aren't, like, I don't know.
Locals. No, I'm just kidding.
Locals, yeah. All those local people. Anyway, so I think, I think we're both in agreement. It works best at each park. I don't think there's.
I don't think if you switched them, they would do any better at the other park.
No, I think it would be more frustrating because you want to book your rides. You want to know I'm going to get this ride, this ride, and this ride at Walt Disney World.
Because there's so much to do. There's so much more to do at Walt Disney World.
And they're also, part of the factor also is they're so much more spread out. So you have to know what you can get. Like you can park hop with Lightning Lane once you start it at both locations, which is good. But the park hopping at Disneyland is like a football field compared to at least a 30, 40-minute transportation of some sort.
Yes.
So there you go. I think the quickest one is Epcot to Magic Kingdom, and that takes the monorail, and you got to wait for the monorail. The monorail, I think, takes like 15, 20 minutes. I think that's the quickest one. All the other ones take a bit of time. So there you go.
We should time it next time we go.
We should, if we're park hopping. We should, because we are park hopping people.
Yeah, but the next time we go,
it's going to be one day of park.
One day at park. Unless
we go the other day. We'll see.
Unless we do a Disney day when we go down for Universal.
I guess we'll have to see how many days.
Hint.
It depends on what we have to do to get there.
We'll see. More to come.
Because we are going down for Horror Nights.
Yes.
We were going to fly.
But that might not be an option.
All of the current prices, is it cheaper to drive? Or not cheaper to drive? There's going to be some decisions that we have to make on some of our trips. And I think everyone is kind of in that boat too. We're still going. Question is how we're going to go. And you're wondering, okay, isn't it a lot more expensive to drive than fly? Not really. Like, it's not. The airplane, I don't know how much the airline fuel is going to go up, to be honest. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about that. I'm glad we had our other trip when we did. Because
we should have booked our flights already.
Probably. We'll just see how things go.
It's fine.
Anyway.
Around the parks.
Yeah. So this came out that Disneyland is going to stop selling Magic Band Pluses.
I didn't really see any Magic Bands when we were there.
It was weird.
For sale. Like at Disney World, they're like everywhere.
My understanding is it was in about 3 stores at this point. They had slowly calmed them down.
I didn't see any.
I don't think we went in one of the stores. So, I am.
They'll still work.
Yeah, if you have them.
But they're getting rid of them.
To be honest, I'm not super surprised about this after going to Disneyland. If you would have told me this and I hadn't been to Disneyland in a while, I'd be like, what in the world are you talking about? We had them. We kind of felt like VIPs.
Yeah.
Because we would get up to the thing and just magic band the entrance gate and then
be on our way.
Get in. Or the photo pass people were just like, oh, thank you for having that. That was way easier. So we didn't have to get our phones out, right, to scan. Or when we just Lightning Lane, we just tapped and moved along our way instead of bringing out our ticket and get our ticket scanned. I think the system they have for the ticket scanning is pretty good, to be honest.
Just be prepared.
Just be prepared. Have your phone out if you're going to do that. Or get a magic band that you can't find anywhere. They're still going to work on the rides, photos, entrance.
They're still going to work. They're just not going to expand it anymore.
I do wonder if this could be the Disneyland versus Disney World difference. This could be that. But I don't know. Because I do know that Disney World has more infrastructure for magic bands. And so, like, during the shows, they light up, for example. It did light up in the Haunted Mansion, I think, or one of those. But it was it.
The show.
World of Color. But that's it. That's all it lit up. So, I don't know what that means. Does this mean that magic bands are going to slowly go away from Disney World? I can kind of see it. I haven't seen as many designs come out, number one. I might be missing it, but I haven't seen as many designs coming out. I think Disney World needs the magic bands. Disneyland does not. It's weird to say that, but if they still support it for entrances, I'm going to take my magic band because it made my life a lot easier. So I'll say that. I think there is a thing with Magic Band Pluses where you do have to charge them a bit more, and there's a little bit of more of a cost associated with them instead of getting them in your vacation package. I do wonder, though, is this going away eventually? It's a technology thing, right? Technology goes away eventually. Like, you could tap your phone now, and if you put that in, and it has your ticket linked, Just saying, it would not surprise me if we went that direction. I don't know. Technology's interesting. We'll see. Speaking of technology, also in this section, we got to try out the brand new system to get into Disneyland and Disney California Adventure.
Face recognition.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Universal does this.
Universal in Florida does this.
Yeah, which is weird.
But does not do it in California. Disneyland now does it, but they don't do it in Florida.
It's weird.
I was like, well, what are we doing here?
To be honest, it worked amazingly well. So
if you were ready.
If you had your phone out or your magic band, like all we had to do the first day, tapped and then smiled, and then it let us in. That was the first time we went in a gate. The next time, tapped, smiled, let us in. And to be honest, the first time we didn't know it was a picture, like we missed the sign. And I had a hat on, and one time I didn't have a hat on, and it's still like, oh, you're the same person, go. So it's pretty good, whatever they're using. Privacy wise, think it keeps it for 30 days, 30 to 40 days, and then deletes it. It's my understanding. There is an option, which I did. I was just like, this is easy, so I'll just keep doing this, where they will not do facial recognition and just have to make the call on their end.
There's criminals out there, that want to go to Disneyland.
I guess. I don't know. The one thing is, this system was rolled out, and I think they went with, this is what we're doing. People will have to figure it out because there's no steps. And it confused some people. Like since we did it the first day, but like it got worse as the week went on because I think people wasn't there and came and like, what is going on here? I don't know. It was weird.
Anyways, Trail Talk. We have a question from our friend John Hunter.
It's a continuation of our question because I split it into two because this is a Disney episode. So what is the question?
Florida versus Hollywood.
Which park do we like better? Or what differences?
And I thought it was about food, and I don't know.
It's about all kinds of things, so I'm just going to talk about it. It's way easier to park hop in California, for sure. Not a question at all. Like, we kind of mentioned why already.
I love the vibe at Disneyland.
Yeah, it's got that local park feel. Sometimes at Disney World, you feel more corporate-y, and it's more like everyone's there, I guess. I don't know. Everyone is still here.
But the rides at Disney World, I like better. Haunted Mansion especially, that's my favorite.
Yeah. I will say Indiana Jones Radiator Springs stands out for sure.
So much. I'm so sad we only got to ride it once.
Yeah, we rode it once. That ride has got its challenges. If you look at Haunted Mansion, Tiana's, Big Thunder Mountain, all of those are better at Florida, I think.
Especially Tiana's,
because you don't get tidal waves.
Soaked.
We did ride it at the back. Yeah. For those that know the story, the first time we rode it, when we went in 2021, it was still Splash Mountain, and I got put in the front. Bad call. Let's just say it would just been easier if I jumped at the lagoon. That's how wet I was.
Food-wise, I think it's about the same.
I
didn't know.
I feel.
Oh, the garlic pretzel bun that we had.
Yeah, that thing's in a couple spots.
Spectacular.
Garlic pretzel bread, I think is what's called.
And you could add a brat to it. We did not, but that was delicious. It was so good.
From the food standpoint, do we have anything outstanding?
The Mickey bars were okay. Yeah, I just said
that.
What was.
Besides that, where else did we eat? We ate other places. We did eat the Red Rose.
Beer tacos.
Yeah, that was good.
And those were pretty good.
Yeah.
What our go-to at Disney World is fish and chicken.
I feel like if just thinking about this, I like some of the quick service options better at Disneyland.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Because there's so many varieties.
Yeah. There's the more Mexican influenced stuff. That was good. It's a little spicy, I'm not gonna lie, but it was really good. At San Francisco, at what's that called? Kokomo. I forget what it's called. That was good.
We got free bread.
Yeah, so if you are starving, you can get free sourdough bread at the Bodine factory tour, which we had Bodine in San Francisco. It tasted the same, from what I recall. I think there's a little bit more quick service-y stuff here that's different and not just chicken tenders and burgers.
Correct.
I don't think we had a burger for a long time at all, or chicken.
We I had chicken at the Red Rose.
Oh, you did, and I think I did have a burger there too because it was sounded good because it was something unique. So I think I would argue okay, sit down, it's hard to tell, we didn't do any sit down at Disneyland. Okay,
Nope.
we did do one. We did do one. I forgot. We did the show one, the Italian one. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
We did do the World of Color dining package at Wine Country. I think it was worth it. It was good. It was pricey.
I would have got there to the show a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Also, we kind of were like, oh, this is going to push us up against the time to get over to Disneyland because the hours at Disneyland were a little less than I expected. So this time I didn't look when we went. So 8 to 10 seems like a long time, but
It's not.
it's not enough time. So there's that. But yeah, I honestly think the quick service might be better there. I'll say that. A lot of
There's
Disney
a
World is
lot
the
of
same.
different varieties there,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, I think you can get variety at Disney World. So there are some favorites that we always get at Disney, like Dole Whip is great at both places.
They had peach Dole Whip.
Yeah, I
So good.
think Tropical Hideaway I would rank very high on my Dole Whip because they had a 50th anniversary or the 70th anniversary, sorry. It was their 70th anniversary, the pineapple upside down Dole Whip. Perfection. I wish I got another one of those. I do like the bao buns there are good. We didn't get them this time, the skewers. They changed them up a little bit since the last time we had them. They rotate the skewers over at Bingo Barbecue. So last time it was steak. This time it was pork and chicken, and we didn't try it. That just sounded a little
We
exotic.
only tried one item on the, was it Food and Wine?
We did, yes.
Tried one item, pizza burger. It was delicious.
It was good.
Delicious.
Yeah, we got some. No, take that back. I tried the ramen mac and cheese. It was unique.
It was okay.
It was the item I looked up what item I should get because a unique item. That one, I tried it. I was like, it's unique. That's all I need to know. The burger was better. So I think that's better. I can't really judge the sit down places.
Yeah, we only did one, and that was due to the fact I wanted to get better seating.
Yeah, so I don't know how to rank those. I've definitely eaten at more of the sit downs at Disney World. There's a couple of them that I really like.
Shows.
Shows.
I love the projections on the castle, Small World, and even on the lake.
Yes, so they do Fantasmic out on the Rivers of America. I'm okay because it's not a full Fantasmic anyway, but I still need to see Disneyland's Fantasmic. I'm hoping the next time, I'm hoping they announce that the dragon's coming back, and then we're gonna be there on a weekend. I will suffer through Disneyland weekend crowd to see Fantasmic. We didn't get fireworks there because during the week they don't have fireworks; they just have the production show. But they do use the Rivers of America to project.
Yeah,
so it's cool.
So not everybody is crowded on Main Street.
Yeah.
I mean, the castle's not big enough for everybody to be crowded on Main Street to watch it in the first place. So they do project it on It's a Small World and Rivers of America. The parade was good.
Yeah, what was that called?
But the space was
Paint the Night. Was that Paint the Night? It was, yeah. Yeah, I don't understand. There were gaps in this parade. It was good, and then there was a gap, and you're like, okay, we'll wait 5 minutes for the next people to get here.
Literally 5 minutes.
I don't know if the floats were going fast or the people were going slow. I don't know. I'm sure that doesn't happen every night, but it was weird. And I get it. It's a light parade, so they want some space, but that was a lot of space. It was a cool parade, though. World of Color Happiness. We had not seen the original one. People that seen the original one tell us it was amazing. This was good.
I liked it. I really did.
The only thing I didn't like was it was very Inside Out. I will say that. I will say, though, it started out with The Muppets as the pre-show, and then it did Rainbow Connection, which is one of my favorite Disney songs. And then it did a bunch of Inside Out stuff, and then it ended with a Rainbow Connection melody. I loved that part. The Inside Out part was okay. If you like Inside Out, you're gonna like it better. You do get a vote on the character. I
don't think it works. We got the same character 2 days in a row.
We did want to see it again. It was that good. So, the viewing is a little challenging for it. more than I thought. Like Epcot is you can go anywhere and see it, and this it seems like you got to be in certain spots because you're watching a projection show on the fountain.
Correct.
So the one section is all reserved. So you got to go on the bridge or over there, and it's like a very small section. So I don't know. It feels like you almost got to pay for a dining package for it or another package.
Or a dessert package.
Yeah. Dessert, I think the next time I would try to do a dessert package for World of Color. I think that'd be better because it gets a seat. Just to be honest. Anyway, as far as shopping, they're both pretty similar, I'll say.
Yeah.
Except Magic Bands now. Um, I think they're pretty similar. I think some of the Disneyland merch is actually better than Disney World's at times. It felt like there was more stuff that I liked here. Um, I don't know. I like the Disneyland logo. So you bought this is a Disney California Adventure shirt because it's actually its 25th anniversary as well and the 70th of Disneyland. So we got to see both. Um, I think the big thing is California's Adventure definitely needs more rides. Still, we did see construction on the Avengers rides as well as a little bit on Coco. I'm very excited for Coco. I'm very excited for the main Avengers ride. The other one I'm kind of iffy on, but I think it will.
DCA is kind of like our Animal Kingdom. It needs more.
I feel like it's also like Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Before they expanded Hollywood Studios. I don't know. It's better than it could be worse. Monsters Inc. we know is going away to be replaced by something, probably Avatar. There was a lot of, I will say this, I can definitely tell you if you go to Disneyland, there's going to be construction for years. They're starting the Disneyland Forward project, which is the new parking garage, so that they can eventually expand out the two parks. So that will be interesting to see that. We did park in both parking lots. Toy Story is a little rough in the sun, they'll say that. And they do have new buses running from there, so they're a little smaller, I guess. I don't remember them, but everyone says they're smaller. Mickey and Friends was much better, and the other one. So anyway.
Please make sure to send your questions to mgmadventures@yahoo.com or send them directly to us on one of our social channels.
Yes, and make sure to like, follow, and share wherever you're watching or listening. Yes.
See you on the next episode, adventurers. Bye.
Bye.